Welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable. I'm Sarah Vantine here with Ted Ings. Today we're joined by Chase Southwick, 63rd General Chair of the Northwood International Auto Show. Ted, an exciting opportunity for our industry.
Yep. And Sarah, we get to welcome back a great friend. Chase Southwick, welcome back to the Fixed Ops Roundtable.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm happy to be back.
First of all, congratulations again, and great to see you. And you are a very busy young man. You got a lot happening, and the auto show is still a few months out. I see the dates here, September 18th through the 20th, but I'm sure the wheels have been in motion for some time with you and the e-board. If you want to tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so as we're just wrapping up school here for the year, it's been busy obviously because the summer's kind of downtime for us. Everybody's out at their internships or at their jobs throughout the summer. So it's kind of hard to meet as a group. Everybody's all over the country. So we've been trying to get all the heavy lifting done before we leave for the year. So we have been very busy wrapping up this semester. So a lot of exciting developments that I'd love to share with you guys, but we're rocking and rolling. Got, as I said, a lot of the heavy lifting done so far. All the bits and pieces are coming together. And yeah, I mean, when we get back to school in the fall, it's really only 3 weeks that we have to button up any last minute little things before the show. So it'll be crunch time in the fall when we get back.
Chase, it's always amazing when Ted and I have the opportunity to be on Northwood University's campus, and getting to be part of the International Auto Show is a real treat. But, for our audience that may not be familiar with it, would just be curious to get a little, set the stage. What is the International Auto Show? I know you're the 63rd General Chair, but what's the history with it and Northwood University?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, Northwood does brand itself as America's Automotive University. So, we do have a lot of students here that are studying automotive management or aftermarket management. And the auto show has always been a huge staple of the entire school year here and for the town of Midland. It's the largest outdoor new car auto show in the country, and it's completely ran by all the students here. It's really nice to see all the students come together with the staff and the faculty and the local community every year. And we have over, 250 vehicles, which we're expanding to go over 300 this year. And not just new vehicles, but all kinds of aftermarket companies. And we're expanding into new heavy duty and power sports this year. So anything that you can think of that has an engine, anything, you name it, we got it. So it's a very exciting weekend for the school, for the community, and for all the students here as well.
Chase, I know you got to work right away when it was announced that you would be the general chair. What's the theme for this year's show?
Yes, so our theme for this year I'm very excited about is Northwood Drives America, which is going with the 250th anniversary of our country this year, and also with all of Northwood's values that they follow here. So we're very excited for that, kind of going with how the automotive industry is shaped, American culture, and especially being so close to the Motor City in Detroit, and just you know what a big piece of our economy the automotive industry really is, and just how vast, and not just the domestic brands but the international ones as well, and how those have really contributed to our country. So we're excited to tie that all together.
Chase, this is the biggest outdoor auto show, I believe, I've been told, in North America, or certainly very close to, if not the biggest. Tell us approximately how many, for those who haven't come, okay, and Sarah and I will be there this year as well,
Mhm.
about how many people come on campus for that weekend, because it starts on September 18th.
Yeah, so our show it's a free show, so we don't have exact attendance numbers because obviously it's outside and people come and go. But throughout the weekend, we estimate around 50,000 people come and go throughout the whole weekend of the show. So it's very big for the community and for the campus as well.
Chase, it's amazing to hear the theme and all of the pieces that you're working on. I'd love to get just a little more behind the scenes on what you're planning for the upcoming event, because there's so many different students that are involved in this, not just that are the students that are focusing on automotive specific degrees, but really the entire campus gets involved in this show. So how do you start that planning process now, and what exciting things can we look forward to?
Yeah, so it's really nice to see all the students come together because you don't just have to be an automotive major to participate in the show. We have all kinds of different business majors at Northwood, And it's not just being a team captain or a team member, but we have all the hospitality students that come together to put on, they do restaurants on campus throughout the weekend for all the guests. And our signature events team puts on the auto show gala on Friday night. There's just so many different events that go on. It's the homecoming for our football team. So it's not just the auto show, but so many different pieces. And I would estimate at least half of all Northwood students that are, on campus students participate in some way in the show, whether it's on a team or putting on the signature events or working, really any aspect of the show. So it really does bring the whole campus together, which is nice.
And you mentioned the many students that are involved. You've got an e-board there, and I can't help but notice that some of the students whom we met over the years and now have helped us a little bit with the Fixed Ops Roundtable these past few months are involved. I know you've got some big names on there. I think we talked in the green room. I think Emma. I think Bella. Who else that we may know is on your team?
Yeah, so we have Emma and Bella as two of my department heads. So Emma heads up all of our marketing, and she does a fantastic job with that. And then
Wow.
Bella runs all of our signature events. And then we have Maggie Nelson. She is our logistics chair. I know you know her through Steven and everything like that, and a couple of our other department heads as well. Um, I have Carver Patel. He is my close friend who is the operations chair for this year's show. So he's heading up all of the new car divisions and everything like that as well. So some big names from the past, as are some of our department heads. So good team we
And
got going.
the show attracts everybody. I mean, you've got some you mentioned big names from outside of Northwood who also come to the show as well, and, it's just a real amazing culmination of all this stuff, and you work on this for a year, okay? Tell us about that because this is not just like a couple months or a 6-month project. I mean, this thing has been in the works, and you've got a lot of you mentioned inventory. Tell us about that as well.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, we work with so many outside sources to put the show together, whether it's companies, dealers, vendors. There's so many different aspects of it that we work with. So, it's not always the easiest to get in touch with some of these dealers because we work with, dealers and companies all over the state and even out of state.
Yeah.
So some are easier than others to work with and get a hold of, but everybody always comes together in the end. But it is a lengthy process, definitely, to reach out to these dealers and companies. Sometimes we have to travel downstate, go in person, and not everybody's the most excited to just hand over the keys to hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of inventory to these college students, and we got to kind of convince them, we've been doing this for 63 years. We kind of know what we're doing, but they're a little reluctant at first when we get some new companies and new dealers. But after we really explain to them the history of the show and how much we care for these things and how it's a big part of our lives too. So we do take good care of all of our inventory, and they're usually eager to help after we explain the whole process to them. And it just does blow my mind that they just let the college students do all of this and kind of run the show. But a lot of outside sources that we work with, big companies, and we're very grateful to them for participating.
Well, Chase, you mentioned, these conversations that you're having with these organizations and dealerships across the country to source these vehicles. But I want to touch on another element of this that I have been so impressed by with Northwood University over the years. And it's really the skills that Northwood has equipped the students with and the responsibility that they've equipped the students with in managing this entire auto show. And when Ted and I were last on campus, we were there during some of those setup processes and we saw behind the scenes all the logistics that it took with students moving things from A to B and all of the planning with the roadways and the transportation. Talk to us a little bit about, what are some of the skills that students take away from being part of this auto show, and how do you measure some of those processes and best practices as you're putting it on?
Of course, yeah. I mean, leadership is a huge aspect of it because it's not just the e-board, but we have our team captains that run their teams, and they're responsible for, making all of their teams, getting people on there, getting the vehicles to and from the dealers. So leadership is a huge one, and it's a lot of responsibility, to hand over, $1 million worth of cars to this team captain and say, you're responsible for the weekend to take care of these. You never know, the dealer might show up and ask you questions about the cars, and you got to be on your A game.
Are,
So
and
it is a lot of responsibility that goes into running this, and respect too. I mean, these dealers, we form relationships that last decades with them. So we have to make sure that we respect all of their product, or have it on the, be on our A game and everything like that. So those are definitely some good traits that we look for, and just a lot of people skills too, with having people on the board that might have to go to dealerships, go to companies in person. I mean, you got to know how to sell the show to people, how to talk, and Northwood is really big on that, and the relationship building, and getting you out of the classroom and going to these places in person. So those are a lot of valuable skills that we're able to use to put on the show because of our experiences going to Northwood, I would say.
I think folks from the outside are so impressed when they meet a student from Northwood University, and you've heard it before, I know many times, that they look you in the eye, they'll shake your hand, and they stand out. Northwood students are really big on that real world immersion. Okay, I know Northwood champions that as well, and you guys do a great job with that. And the talent pool that Northwood is amazing. Sarah and I have seen it firsthand. We know, all right? But we want to encourage all of our friends and partners and colleagues in fixed ops and throughout the industry to make plans to come to Northern Michigan, Midland, Michigan in September on the 18th to the 20th and visit the Northwood International Auto Show. Chase, we also, it was good and refreshing to see that Automotive Warranty Network, David Reinecke, is back this year, I believe, sponsoring the event. And are there opportunities for other companies to come up as well?
Yeah, David and his team are super excited to join us again as our head diamond sponsor, and they're fantastic. They had a great time at the show last year coming up, so we're super happy to have them back again. And we have a few other new companies as well that we have sponsoring, like Tennessee Performance and
Oh,
Fox Motors Group. So a lot of good opportunities there, but there are many opportunities for more companies. We're always looking for new sponsors, not just for the show in general, but for the individual events that go on throughout the show. So we're always looking for new people, and we're grateful to some of the connections that you've given us, Ted, that have led to connections with these companies. But always looking for new sponsors and opportunities as well. Yes.
it goes both ways, my friend. You've introduced us to a lot of folks as well. You mentioned the team captains because I believe each of those vehicle brands has a team captain. And I saw some innovative things that some of them did, many of them, most of them did last year, uh, to really personalize those brands. And Chase, you guys go all out for the show.
Yeah, I mean, we always encourage the captains to, go big or go home, and we do an award ceremony for them after the show where we honor them and we kind of pick out the best and the brightest of all the teams, and do a little, celebration for them and all their hard work. And I think one of your esteemed colleagues on the Fixed Ops Roundtable, Isabella Stevens, she did a fantastic job with her booth last year. She was the team captain of Alfa Romeo, and she set up a little like Italian cafe in her booth with like espresso and cannolis and all this for the guests at the preview. So that was one of the biggest, eye-opening things that I saw at the show. And so we've been encouraging more captains to follow her lead and go all out with their booths like that, because that's the kind of ingenuity that we look for in team captains, and doing things like that. So that was definitely knocked it out of the park last year for us.
Well, Chase, for our audience that wants to make plans, wants to learn more, and find out a little more about the Northwood University International Auto Show, what's the best direction to get started? How do they reach out?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're on every social media platform, with our marketing team led by Emma. We're posting every day, and about all the opportunities of the show. We post all the new companies that we're signing. So that's a great place to go to view all of our updates on our Instagram and our Facebook, which is all just NU Auto Show. And then in the ticker at the bottom here is our website, which has all the information on the show as well, including show dates, times for all the events, and also the link for all of our sponsorships as well. So that's a great place to go to view all of the information.
This is a big deal, everybody. Sarah and I will be there, as well as the Fixed Ops Roundtable team, and we enjoy. I think Sarah, this will be what our this will be. I think and I think your fourth time back, right, for an auto
Yeah.
show.
Yes, and this will be so this is exciting for me because now this will be the first time I'm coming back to Northwood University as a student in the automotive MBA program. So this will be the first time on campus for me where I'm actually a Northwood University student as well.
Awesome. Congratulations. We love to see that and have more people come back as students, alumni, and it's a great way, to bring everybody together, whether it be, online, in-person students, alumni, everybody kind of shares a love for the show, which is great. So we're excited for that.
So Chase, what we also thought we would do to honor the Northwood University and International Auto Show. As you know, we do these virtual events several times a year. We have a show that's going to be starting in September, right after the Northwood International Auto Show. It's going to start on the Monday following the show on September 21st, 5 days. We've decided to theme that show back to school, and it's going to be all about Northwood, and it's going to highlight Northwood, and it should continue everything that you're working so hard with at the auto show, and bringing it to life. And we're really proud and really honored to play a small part in your big story there at Northwood.
Thanks, Ted. We're very excited to see how that pans out and get more students to, engage with Northwood and hopefully attend. So that's awesome. Excited to see how that goes.
Everyone, if you want to reach out to Chase Southwick, he is very active on social media as well. If you are a company involved with the Fixed Ops Roundtable and you'd like an introduction to Chase and his e-board and some of the people he mentioned on his team, reach out to Sarah and I. We would love to make that introduction for you and facilitate that and help. And I'm also going to be up there in a couple of weeks. In June, we have the annual 1 week long full tank camp that you've got going for the high school students, and that's where I first met you.
Hmm.
I think 2 years ago at the full tank camp on the Fixed Ops Day.
Yeah, I was a chaperone there 2 years ago. That would have been right after my freshman year. And the full tank camp is amazing for any student that's interested in automotive. And we love seeing people come from all over the country to attend our camp, whether it's alumni, their kids, or just people that are interested in cars. And it's a great time. We go all over to all kinds of different automotive events throughout Michigan throughout the week. And obviously, I have you there for the fixed ops day. So it's always exciting, and I love the full tank camp and more experiences that Northwood offers outside the classroom.
Chase, thank you for all you do for all that you and Northwood do for the industry.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. Chase Southwick, he is the 63rd General Chair of the Northwood International Auto Show. It's coming up in September on the 18th to 20th. Make plans to be at Midland, Michigan. You can see the website. I would visit that now at auto.northwood.edu and make your plans to join Chase and our team as well at Northwood's campus, beautiful campus in early fall. So congratulations to you, my friend, and excited for you and looking forward to what's ahead. As Mike Stoll says, our best is
Best
yet to
is
come.
yet to come. Yeah. Thank you, Ted, and thank you for having us. We really appreciate it and all the support, as always.
Right. Chase Southwick, everybody, from the Northwood International Auto Show, here with us today at the Fixed Ops Roundtable.